Recognizing consciousness as the foundation of existence is like lighting a lantern in a dark room. Suddenly, you see what has always been there. Consciousness is not just a state of being awake, but an active force that shapes everything around us. Imagine a morning when you wake up and, instead of getting lost in the notifications on your phone, you choose to feel the texture of the bed sheets, listen to the sounds around you, and breathe deeply. This simple yet powerful practice could be the first doorway to connecting with the universe. After all, the universe always responds to what we focus on, but the key is being present to notice. When you connect with your consciousness, you transcend the ego, that internal narrator that insists on stories of comparison and scarcity. Imagine you are an artist, painting the canvas of life. The ego chooses brushstrokes based on fear, while consciousness allows colors inspired by intuition and gratitude. But I know it's not easy to silence that inner voice that is always trying to prove something, right? A practical way to access this state is through meditation. It doesn't need to be complicated. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, focus on your breath, and observe your thoughts as clouds passing by. But what about when your mind starts to complain or gets lost in worries? Have you experienced that? How do you handle those moments? Share your experience in the comments. Let's exchange ideas on how you've been working to silence the ego and connect more with the present. When you realize that you are an extension of universal consciousness, everything begins to make sense. Moments of synchronicity, like thinking of someone and then they call you, are not coincidences, but rather responses from the universe. Start with something simple. Throughout the day, take a moment to ask yourself, am I conscious of the now? This helps you step out of autopilot and immerse yourself in the energy of the present moment. And, in doing so, you begin to feel the unbreakable link between your essence and the vast intelligence that governs life. Navigating between the reality of the ego and the transcendent dimension is like walking on a tightrope. It requires balance and focus. The ego, with its incessant demands for external validation, often keeps us anchored in the superficial. But what if, in the middle of a busy day, you paused for a moment and asked yourself, what truly matters right now? That moment of pause not only calms the mind, but also creates space for a deeper connection with the universe. After all, living anchored in the present allows you to see beyond appearances and access a greater consciousness. By balancing these two realities, you realize that you don't have to abandon worldly responsibilities to connect with the transcendental. It is possible to be fully present in something simple, like preparing a cup of coffee, while smelling the aroma, listening to the sound of the water boiling, and appreciating every detail. This practice teaches you to act in the world with awareness, without being governed by external pressures. For example, when facing a problem at work, instead of reacting impulsively, try stopping, breathing, and asking yourself, what does my intuition say about this? Often, the wisest answers emerge from this space of calm. This balance is a constant invitation to detachment. Imagine someone who meditates in the morning and spends the rest of the day obsessing over others' approval. In this case, the meditation loses its strength. To maintain harmony, remember to anchor your actions in the present moment, recognizing that you are already whole. When you live with this awareness, every interaction, every choice, becomes an opportunity to manifest a more authentic connection with life. And then, a new perspective emerges, one that expands and leads us to something even more transformative. Practice Practicing gratitude is like opening a window in a stuffy room. The fresh air of abundance flows in and transforms everything. When you begin to appreciate even the smallest moments, like a warm cup of coffee in the morning or the unexpected hug from a loved one, your perception shifts from scarcity to fullness. A powerful exercise is to mentally list 3 things you're grateful for from the day before going to bed. This trains your mind to focus on the positive, allowing the universe's energy to flow more lightly and in alignment with your desires. Gratitude is like a magical lens that colors even the most challenging days. Imagine someone facing financial difficulties, but choosing to be grateful for the roof over their head, for clean water, or even for the strength to keep going. This shift in perspective doesn't ignore the problems but places them in a broader context. If you feel trapped in a cycle of complaints, try creating a gratitude journal. Write in it daily something you value, whether it's a smile you received, a moment of peace, or an unexpected opportunity. Gradually, you'll notice that life has more nuances than it first appears. The act of giving thanks connects you to the awareness of the present and the invisible riches the universe offers. After all, when you appreciate what you already have, you create space to receive even more. It's like an energetic dance. The universe responds to the vibration of gratitude by bringing new reasons to rejoice. And the more you surrender to this practice, the more you access a dimension of abundance that transcends momentary circumstances. With every step along this path, the essence of the I Am begins to reveal itself naturally and fluidly. When you begin to understand your essence as an expression of universal consciousness, a sense of unity starts to expand. It's as if the veil between you and the universe dissipates, revealing that you are not separate from everything that exists. Imagine you are a drop of water in the infinite ocean. This drop may seem small, but it is the very essence of the ocean, composed of the same substance, vibrating at the same frequency. When this perception settles in, your connection with everything around you becomes deeper, more intuitive. You realize that every being, every situation, is a reflection of the same universal consciousness that you embody. This understanding dissolves the ego, which insists on separating you from others and the universe. The feeling of isolation disappears when you see yourself as part of something much greater. As you walk down the street, as you look into another person's eyes, you can feel the energy that there is no distance between you. A good exercise to experience this essence is, throughout your day, to repeat to yourself, I am a divine expression of the universe. This is not just an affirmation, it's a practice that strengthens the awareness of unity and opens doors to deeper experiences of connection. When you recognize that you are a manifestation of universal consciousness, the way you view life changes completely. Situations that once seemed random now make perfect sense. The universe begins to respond more directly, as if you align with your true essence. This connection reflects in every thought, action, and feeling, creating a life that is fuller and more aligned with what truly matters. And, by doing so, you realize that in every moment, something much deeper is waiting to be revealed. The present moment is the only space where true magic happens. When you allow yourself to fully immerse in the here and now, you tap into an infinite source of wisdom and creativity. Imagine, for a moment, being completely absorbed in a conversation or the sound of music. Without worrying about what comes next, without being trapped by what's already past. In this state of total presence, the mind calms, and the energy of the universe flows through you. It's in this space that the best solutions appear, as if the very flow of the cosmos is whispering the answers. Living in the present moment is also an act of trust. Have you ever stopped to realize that, by trying to anticipate the future, you often create unnecessary anxiety? Instead, if you surrendered to the now, you would see that the future unfolds in its own time, naturally. A good example is when you're faced with a challenging situation, and instead of trying to control everything, you take a deep breath and say, "I am exactly where I need to be." This simple gesture of trust opens a direct channel to the wisdom of the moment, bringing clarity and calm. Constant practice of the present transforms your life into a journey of discovery. When you surrender to the experience of the now, the mind is freed from the distractions of the past and future, and your connection with the universe intensifies. This doesn't mean you'll ignore responsibilities or stop planning, but it means you'll act from a place of total alignment with your essence. And when you find yourself in this flow, each step becomes surer, as if the universe is by your side, conspiring in your favor. Now that you know the secret to deeply connecting with the universe, are you ready to apply all this knowledge to your life? Imagine what it would be like if, every day, you lived with more presence, more gratitude, and with the awareness that you are part of something greater. How would that change your choices, your relationships, and your worldview? What would you do if you knew the universe is waiting to respond to your true connection? Leave your thoughts in the comments and share how you would apply these practices in your daily life. If you're ready to transform your life, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to continue learning how to unlock your potential and attract everything you deserve. The universe is ready to hear you. Are you ready to hear the universe?